What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Survival Grace series. We got a few things that we got to do, including that we got to try and finish everything that we have. Now, we're pretty well done. We just have, well, that first page. Let me try and get rid of these because it's going to be annoying. So yeah, we need train controls, item vaults, grass, and more grass. So we're going to need a lot of grass or dirt, whatever it is. Same thing. It's the same type of material. But I do want to try and get the item vaults done, which means I definitely don't have enough barrels, and I 100% know that. But I'm going to try and press or make some just so we see how many we have. Alright, so I'm definitely going to need a lot more wood because a stack is not going to do anything. We're going to need 747. If we put it in our backpack gives 512, which means we're only going to need an extra about 200 after that. Which is going to be a little bit crazy because that's going to be so much wood. I'm actually running pretty low on oak logs. Good thing I have a whole other section that has oak logs. So yeah, we're going to be spending a lot of time trying to get these barrels and these item vaults. I do want to try and get the train controls also. Those require precision mechanism, which takes a little bit of time. Our cactus growing. I don't need the green anymore, but might as well just have some extra cactus growing just so anytime we need it, we could just start another farm somewhere. There's so many Endermen over here. There's 3. And a bear. Oh, we're teaming up on the bear. Got it. Understood. 4. Wow. Why is there so many? What's the reason for it? Are we having a party? It's out me. Oh, I could have brought the catfish over. All right, we'll have to do that when we come back because we're going to need some more wood later on. Hello, traveler. We'll just grab a whole bunch of logs and then we'll just throw it. There we go. Yeah, I could have brought freaking catfish over, man. That would have been great. But I didn't because I kind of forgot about the catfish. All right, we're just going to do a whole bunch of logs and then we're just going to throw these in. Just keep making barrels because we're going to need a lot. And we're still not even there. Nice. I'm going to run out of wood. Oh, man. All right, so we're at 512 and 245. That should be around 7 something. So should be enough. It's going to be a lot of barrels, which is all that. It's a little bit terrifying to look at now. All right, so we're just going to grab all of our iron sheets. We're going to turn item vaults, which I'm definitely going to need a lot more iron. Cool. All right, well, we got to press more iron because we are completely out. Bonk, bonk, bonk. We'll just let those press for a minute and then where do my item vaults go? I middle clicked. I don't like middle clicking because it just throws everything everywhere, which is what I don't like. All right, well, we will see if we have any more iron. I honestly don't think we do because I think I turned the machine off. I did. I will take some XP though. Don't get me wrong, this XP is good. Perfect, there we go, we're done. Let's turn this back on. Lava should start filling that up, and then it will go down because, that's how it goes. All right, well, we got a few more iron. This is definitely going to go out really quick. There we go. And we still need more. Hooray. All right, well, don't have a way for more iron. What is the other thing I can work on? How? Train controls. How am I making those? Lever, train casing, precision. And I need 3 of these. I pressed R. So we got our 3 brass casings. I need my sturdy sheets wherever I put those. They may be in here. They are. Wow. All right, train casing is done. We can now throw those right here. And then we need the precisions, which is we're gonna need 3 gold sheets, 15 cogs, 15 large cog wheels, and then 15 iron nugget for an 80% chance to get. Nice. That's gonna help so much. All right, let me press this iron real quick, and then we'll get the cog wheels. We'll get everything that we need. All right, so we got our 3 gold sheets. We need 15 small cog wheels and 15 large. All right, so we have all of our stuff. This is going to take quite a minute just because I got to do these one by one on every single item. I also got to check to make sure I don't have any item in our deployer hand, because otherwise I can create the wrong item. See, we had iron nuggets, which I still need iron nuggets, but 8 of them I don't. All right, well, we got 1. That took a good minute or 2. Let's get these other 2 going. I'll throw that in there. That should, yep, register that. And I got to do these one at a time, all the way. All right, well, got all 3, and I actually didn't lose any at all, which is kind of surprising. So now all I got to do is just put these here, train casing there, lever there, and boom, we got 3 train controls. So now we can check this off, and we still got item vaults in grass, which, take a minute. Let me throw those in. Yeah, everything's set up. Yep, and obviously I'm not going to verify because that means I'm going to have to go through 10 pages to delete again, and I'd rather not do that. So, still need item vaults, which means we need iron. Which also means I gotta sit here and wait till I have iron. Alright, so while we try and wait for iron to get made or whatever, we're gonna need a lot of dirt and a lot of grass blocks. The bad thing about grass blocks is I don't have anything that has silk touch to it other than our pickaxe, and honestly, that's not gonna work for dirt. So, and The bad thing is I have to grab all the blocks that are on top of the land. Well, I don't know if you know this. It's going to be pretty difficult unless I build a giant platform that is right above the grass and wait for all of it to turn, which means I'm going to need a whole bunch of... All right, so we're going to need our dirt. Now, our dirt farm does work, but it is very slow for the amount I need. So we can't use our dirt farm. If it was just a simple little like here and there, it would work, but we would also have to keep that on for quite a while just to get the amount that we need. So we are going to have to travel to a fun little land to where we can just grab dirt. Now I don't want it here, I don't want it here, or up here, or over here. And the reason because these are areas where my areas will be my farms. We'll have our mining area, our tree area, and our fishing area. Everything will be in those. So I didn't want to do it over here, but I already got some dirt cleared out. So we're probably going to, we'll probably go down here. We'll grab dirt here. And then I have a backpack that has nothing in it. Actually, I got two. So we should be fine. And then I got two shovels, just so we should be fine. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to head out over there, try and grab some dirt, and then we won't have to worry. Yeah, see, you can't really tell when you're flying to it. I do want to fix some of these areas, but I definitely seem like it's fine. You really don't notice it. So I could throw a piece of dirt there, but I don't have dirt right now. So that's great. And then we got to work on that. We're going to ignore that though for now until I get more dirt. All right, so we're actually pretty close to running out of lava fuel, which means we're about to, well, drop out of the sky. So I do need to see a little lava pool real quick. That we don't have, well, we do have one. Okay, so we're going to actually refill our water, and then we're just going to take all that lava. All of it, just why not? All right, hello sheep, good evening. I will take all this lava because I am needing it. All right, well, that's done actually. That was pretty quick. I do want to try and make an infinite like lava system just so we don't have to worry. But that means I'm gonna have to dig like 20 blocks down or whatever it was to try and get some lava set. All right, well, we are here. We're just gonna take some dirt from all this area and then we're gonna make this pretty flat. Oh, never mind. Our shovel does have silk touch. That's I wasn't expecting that, but all right. I'd rather not use the silk touch right now. I could just grab a whole bunch of dirt. We could go back to our base. We can throw a whole bunch of dirt up top, and then we'll just let that keep going on its own. So we're gonna need a whole bunch of dirt though. Okay, something we're actually gonna do. I'm going to take our magnet. Actually, I have a second magnet. We'll do this. We'll let that go. So everything should just get thrown in. All right, there we go. So if I go in here, all right, we're just gonna fill our backpack with a whole bunch of just open dirt blocks or whatever, just so everything is set. Now, anything I mine shouldn't really go into our backpack. It will go into our bag, which is what we want. So we're just gonna sit here, mine a whole bunch of dirt for quite a bit, and then we should be able to head back to our base and start everything we need. All right, so I think I have enough dirt for a little bit. I mean, all we need is about 10 things of normal dirt, and well, we have 10 dirt. This right here is 10 dirt. 5 plus 5 is 10, obviously. So that's pretty well done, as long as I don't get rid of everything. 16 blocks of grass, that is also done. We just need 13 stacks of coarse dirt, and then this right here would be 13. We definitely have enough. We just have to get back to base. So yeah, let's head back. Let's try and survive this night because I went downstairs to get some food and well, I got beat down by a zombie because I forgot to pause. So yeah, we seen zombie party. All right, well, we are back at base finally. Let's go ahead and start everything that we need after we go to sleep because I don't want to get another beating by a zombie. All right, so the things we need: 16 grass blocks or 16 stacks of blocks. So this is 16, and then we need 37, which is this. All this is exactly what we need. So grass is done. Let me just grab everything and throw it in here first. We'll let that just enter. Oh, it's full. All right, something we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to expand out one more. Man, that sucks. All right, so this should be able to hold a good chunk. All right, so that was all the grass blocks. That's done. We need 9 and 34 of dirt. 9 and 34. There we go. All right, that will go in. And then I gotta fix my shovel because that's almost broken. I think I can fix it. 9 and 34 is done. Now we need 13 stacks and 38 of coarse dirt, which makes 4 at a time. All right, and then we're gonna need a whole bunch of gravel, which means I may not have any on my chest, but I sure do have some over at our other area where our iron farm is. Now I could just go and take it from that because, we're not going to use it. And I seem to not have any gravel here. So yeah, that would pretty much be the only way is to get gravel. Actually, I do have a full farm down here too. I got to figure out where it turns everything to gravel. All right in there. That's the same thing What? I need English. That seems a little bit crazy because we just got 4 stacks of iron nuggets and none of it is. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of iron nuggets that we. Now, this flint actually just jumps in here to get deleted. I think that's what it seems like. Because the amount of iron that's coming out of this is kind of crazy because that's a good chunk for quite a few stacks. Yeah, 'cause that's 27 right there, which, yeah, that should. There's something going on with this one to where it's not causing all the iron to go through. Yeah, we definitely should be getting way more iron from this. There's 10,000 flint in this. Now, I do need the gravel, so I will gladly take that. Just make a flint and steel real quick, just so I can burn all this extra stuff that I don't need. Because I don't need 7,000 flint, or actually 10,000 things of flint. There we go. Yeah, there's gravel. There's a lot of flint in there. That goes onto that, or the gravel goes into there, which then goes up here, goes in this. This shoots out into funnel, which has 58 iron nuggets in here. All right, so yeah, we should have enough gravel. I can now do, need 13 stacks. Let me just go ahead and grab 13 stacks and then we'll go up here. All right, so we have 13 stacks of the coarse dirt and then all we need is 38 extra, which I have. So that is all the coarse dirt we need. Everything else can go up here. So this is everything that we need. So it definitely seems like once, where is it? Where to go? Because yeah, there's 173 hopper nuggets in this. There's definitely iron that can be made. Definite iron that could be made. It's just not making it. But I also don't know the machine, so I don't know how to get it. Because yeah, we're at 50. We're only at 111. This could be making way more iron than what we actually could do. Yeah, there's iron nuggets in here, which will mix up into this. All right, well, I gotta try and figure out how I can just get that to just throw iron instead of andesite right now, because we don't need andesite. It's because we got too many. But we are gonna throw all of our dirt inside here. Oh, I got really close. And our coarse dirt is finished. The only thing left is the item vaults, which means iron and a lot of iron. All right, I'm going to try and fix my shovel real quick. I need to go back down to here, get my damn on days, because I can't remember if I actually can use this to fix or if my shovel is too expensive. 19. I forgot I lost my levels because I got murdered by a zombie. Understandable. All right, well, we're only 20 levels off this time, which means we're not bad. And boom, she's fixed. Screw it, let's just fix our silk touch one off. All right, we're pretty close to finishing. We just need a little bit more. Yeah, we just need the 11 stacks plus 43. This right here is 11 stacks total, or obviously not made yet, but this is what 11 stacks. And then we're going to need the extra 38, I think it was. 43. Wow, I was off. All right, so all this right here would be the end of all the item vaults. So we're gonna need a lot of iron, a lot. All right, we're just gonna turn this back on. This can do whatever it will and create infinite amounts of iron nuggets. It is considered an andesite farm, which means actually, if I just, nuggets have to go in there to just keep flowing in. So this will go for the hopper, meaning if this gets full, it will move to this. Look at how much is in here. So really, all I have to do is turn it off real quick. Yeah, look how much iron is right here. What we're gonna do, we'll just let that go back in. And then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna flip this, because this should make it to where nothing can go out. And if there's iron nuggets in here, it should just get thrown out into this, which means there should be no iron nuggets that will go through this to make the alloy. So obviously it's alloy or andesite and then iron nuggets. If there's no iron nuggets, this is just going to get full of andesite, which I mean, really can't do anything. I mean, I could do something about it. I don't want to. So what we could do is we can keep this running and we could just throw away the andesite. I can collect all the iron. So all I got to do is remove that, have that go that way. We'll do like this, and then we'll put a bucket of lava. So when it goes, it could just go in here and just fall into the lava. So yeah, all the iron should just go in here. So let's test that real quick. No, which is crazy because there's nuggets that are supposed to go in here. Yeah, so we just gotta flip these. So basically once this one is full, then it will swap down here. So yeah, once this threshold switch gets full of iron that is in here, which means it's constantly going to be running no matter what, because this is always just going to keep flowing out. And then all that would go in, just get burned because we don't need that right now. This basically stops everything from coming through. All that will go through and just get pushed in here, which means our iron is just going to flow constantly. And then I have to remember once we're done, or once I get everything, really I can have this running for a while, because 50,000 andesite alloy is a crazy amount. So this can just run iron for a long time. So yeah, all that can just go through, keep getting destroyed, everything like that. It's still going to run as normal, giving the gravel, the flint, everything like that, which is why this is just going to be full. And then all those nuggets are just going to drop out and just go straight into here, which means we're going to have iron faster than what we normally. So I just got to remember, once we're done, or whenever we need alloy again, we could just flip this and flip that, which would be perfectly fine. It'll prioritize this funnel instead of this. And yeah, that would just keep going until it's, well, dead. And it should be good because, I mean, yeah, that's just going to keep producing andesite. But really, that's flint and gravel. Because yeah, that's just going to throw that. So really, if I just flip that, then all the flint's going to go in here, and we're just going to have tons and tons of iron nugget. Because all that's going to get washed into flint or whatever. So yeah, we could just get rid of all the flint. All right, well, that's pretty good. And really, we don't need the flint that comes in here because it's just going to get thrown away either way. So I might as well keep our item vault empty of flint, and you know, we just keep it with iron. So why have a little cauldron when you could just throw it away? One, helps clear a little bit of lag instead of having a whole bunch of items there. But, and then once this moves more than 50% of, I think this one goes off of the flint. Yeah, so once this one gets full, it'll register all the flint, and that'll let it know that, hey, it can move down to this one and just swap out. Other than that, if it gets, no, hold on, I'm lost. Yeah, so if there's too much flint in here, so like how we had that 10,000, then that will go here and destroy the excess. So really, we could just throw that in lava. If it's under the 10,000 or under this, then I'll swap over to here to make the andesite. All I have to do when we're done, and look at that, we're already at 130. It's magic. When we're done, I just got to put this back so the items can, you know, keep flowing through. And then we have to flip this. But with that being said, we should be good. Now we just got to stay here for a minute and I'll keep iron because this actually is working faster than what we thought now. So let's go ahead and press this iron. Let's just press all this. All right, well, we still need more iron. So I'm going to have to stay here in AFK for a bit. And then hopefully by the time we sit here for a little bit, we should have enough to continue that. And then once we're finished, we can start the build and deal with the 7,000 things of lag because there is an ungodly amount of lag when it comes to this train depot thing. See, we're already at 210. It's so fast. It's amazing. All right, well, we'll sit here for a bit and then, well, we'll just do that. All right, so I sat here for a little bit. All of our sheets should be pressed, so we will just throw these in. All right, so we'll throw all these in. We're getting pretty close. We obviously still need more iron, which, I mean, I have this. That's still not going to be enough, but if I can press them all, that should be pretty easy. But since we were sitting here for a minute, let's go see how much iron our system has. We should have a good chunk. Yeah, see how much faster that's going? All we got to do is just flip one or two things and we'll be perfect. Now, again, I do want to have a system set up so I'll be able to go through and connect up to here and we'll just auto throw stuff into this, just so you know we don't have to worry about things just not staying in here. Everything will just flow in that, which would be pretty easy. But I also need I do need to get it to where I can make a lot more of the storage upgrades, just so if anything gets thrown in here, it will be perfect. Again, I also do want to come through and reorganize all this, so probably gonna do that off stream, or not off stream. What stream? I was supposed to stream last night, but I didn't. I did not feel good, so I say screw it. Yeah, I don't know if I want to stream this world at all. And, you know, just have the world, you know, just do a normal recording. We just have it like that, or if I stream it, and then yeah, we might do a double. We might stream this world so you can see all the, like the little in between stuff, and then we can do the video like that. Would be pretty cool? I don't know. I gotta see how that would work. See how well it would work. All right, so we got 2 stacks. So we need 4 stacks of pressed iron. So yeah, we're gonna have to press these 3 things of iron, which may take a minute, but oh well. If it works, it works. Then all this iron can just get thrown in our system. So I guess I will sit here and wait until that's done. All right, so our iron is done pressing, which is not bad. That was actually pretty good. All that is good, and then we just throw these in here. And there was a stack in 48, stack in 43. I went over it just a little bit. So we need 11 and 43. And we actually need more because I am a little bit behind. What? All right, so we're actually not that close. We need another stack, which means I need another set of barrels. Good thing I have iron for it, so I can just press the iron. And then, all right, so if we throw this in, and then we throw this, throw an extra one in, all we need is 43 more, or however much we need after that. math. All right, well, we are done with that. We just have one extra piece left, which really isn't too bad. I am actually okay with that. So we're just gonna do a double check. We're gonna throw all of our materials in there after we go to sleep, because I don't want to deal with a monster right around that corner, which there probably is one, which is why it said there was something there. I lied, or it's inside. No. All right, I don't know where the monster is. All right, we'll throw all these in. We'll have those just set up. Let's make sure everything actually goes through. And then we will double check to verify everything is done, done, done. Now everything technically should be up at the front, just saying what we need. Everything is completely finished, which means we can get to building this, or we can have our machine build this. You know why? Because I won't remember where anything is. I actually do need to get rid of this. What is that actually? So that should keep this entire area open. I'm going to throw another one. Oh, where's my mega torches? Okay, not there. We're going to throw another mega torch over here just so we don't have any monsters that are spawning here. If I can find it. I don't know where our system put it. That's a normal torch. That's not going to help. Mega torch. There we go. And then we're going to throw this one on this side just so, because it's going to overlap. Might as well just throw it down here. And then we'll do that. So it will go all the way from over here, flex up there, and then this will go right to the edge of this, which that one goes right about into here. So that is perfectly fine. I may push this down quite a bit just so we can get that building. Actually, let's see what this one is at. Yeah, we only get halfway on this, which means it only gets a little bit. Let's see if we can move this over just a little bit more. We'll try it there. We'll see where everything is. That is side. I really don't want it inside, so we'll probably just put it right here and we'll just dig it down. Oh, I forgot to get rid of that. All right, let's see where this one is. This should go right towards the end. It does, which is fine. And that goes right towards the edge. That's not bad. I mean, it does get most of this area here, so that's honestly fine. I'm not too worried about that. And then we have some extra things to build over here. So if you have any ideas of what I could build over there, let me know. So that is there. We'll go over here and we'll turn this one off just so we can do that. And then we will start the recording. Now, I would use our playback or our replay mod for the recording, but for some reason, anytime there's so many frames or anything, it completely crashes. So if there's like 7,000 frames that it has to try and render, it will crash at 6,000. So I don't know why. I have plenty of RAM set for Minecraft. I think I have 20 gigs of RAM set for Minecraft, which one is crazy in itself. I really don't need 20 gigs of RAM for it, but I just do it in because I also use a lot of mod packs that use very heavy RAM resource. So instead of using replay mod, we would just use our fun little free cam and you'll get little shots like this or just peeking around every now and then. So let's go ahead and get that started. And then before we start that, somebody left a comment a few minutes ago asking what day it is in the world. Obviously, day 1 is day 0 on the F3 counter, which is what we are under. I use a different F3 thing. I think I can't remember the mod, but it's a different type of F3. And they said whatever it says +1 would be the right day amount. So ours says day played right at the middle left. It says 722 plus 1 day, so that would be 723. So we have spent a total of 723 days in our fun little world. Now, obviously, these days may not line up with recording episodes. Reason for that is just because I do spend some time where I'm just on the world and trying to get some. So I won't record it. I won't do anything. Like I'll just AFK sometimes overnight. So sometimes these days are constantly going. So if for some reason days play looks different than the amount of days play that we actually have on recording, then well, that's. But let's go ahead and get started with our thing. I have a feeling I'm gonna need more gunpowder. I have 39,000 shots. There are definitely more than 39,000. Let's get a little bit more just in case. 18 more, be fine, hopefully. All right, well, here we go. All right, so it is done. Our trains are complete. Well, technically, they're not my trains. They are built by somebody else. But the base area is built by me. This is all by me except for the Gotta get that straight. The trains are actually, if I can climb up here, is built by this guy. And yes, the sign is on every single train. Just because you never know if we're gonna find a train. And the inside is 9 volt, so everything should go through. Obviously, we don't need doors. We could have just closed these out completely, but we did transfer from a passenger car to a cargo train car. Now we do have a display board up here, which means we are going to put a display link to all of the train stations, and that will load up on the board about how long the train is till it gets here. Now, this one, we're going to have connected all the way down here. So that one's just going to connect straight, go down a little bit, and then it's going to curve out this one, and then we'll go up and then of course I will go wherever it needs. So we actually do need some more narrow tracks, which means I should have some in my base. Now, yes, the build is done. I do want to try and get this train track connected up to here, so we are going to try and do that. I just need narrow tracks. And we are completely out of narrow tracks. All right then. So something I'm going to need is more slabs, which pretty simple. 2 stacks should be fine. And then we just need iron nuggets. Should just be some base iron nuggets. Yeah, so we cut it with saw, iron nugget, and then press. That is fine. And then we'll get 2 stacks of that. All right, well, let's go ahead and go to our narrow track maker. And all you gotta do is just put slabs and iron nuggets in, and then it makes, you don't have to worry about manually inputting everything. I don't have coal on me, which means I have to coal also. I will get that, and boom, just like that, we have 1,000 iron. Perfect. All right, so put those, then we'll put those, and we'll power that. And then those will constantly make tracks whenever we need. So we'll just let that go for a bit, and then we should be fine. All right, we got 2 stacks of narrow tracks done. Also, I just realized, I don't know why I threw coal in here. I had no need to. I guess I did. Oh well. Let's head back. Let's try and get our track set up. Again, we are going to have to try and work on our layout and everything. Now we are going to do some of our custom trees around here. So nothing's going to be built on the backside or anything like that. We'll keep it to grass and then our custom trees or whatever. Custom trees and normal trees. I do want to try and put something over here. So if you have something like an idea that's small or anything, let me know what I could throw over here. Same with over there also. We can clear out some of those trees and put some, and then we'll put a pathway that will go all the way up to here, and we don't have to worry. So this area right here will be the custom trees, normal nature stuff, I guess. So I gotta try and figure out how I can get this to go down and have it go over this way. Now we could just do a tunnel again, just have it go under, but I really don't want to build another tunnel. Well, something we could actually do, we have this little area here, which means we can just have it go from under here. Now again, I said I didn't want to build a tunnel, but really, if I don't have to build a full tunnel and I could just build the entrance with the ghost blocks or ghost tunnel, whatever, then that's perfectly fine. That's what we're going to try real quick. So if we have this and we just have this go down to right here, obviously we got to work on this piece. All right, so we'll get that, and then we will bring our train over this way, and then we'll put it here. So then we do that, and then we just have it go right here, and we'll just connect it up to this. Oh, it was a zombie. I thought it was a creeper for a minute. I seen green. I freaked out. I'm on fire. So if I bring this down onto here, I can then turn this. So we gotta go back one. All right, so we gotta do this, and we just gotta connect this. Oh, we're gonna fix that. All right, we'll go from the bottom up. So that is perfectly set now. And then we have to do the tunnel. So let me get our non-existent stone bricks. That's a great surprise. Good thing I have dirt now though. All right, so that's a very steep mountain, dude. That's a very steep hill. I don't want this hill being that steep. What? I want this hill to be smooth, you know? We're just gonna flatten this out because it's causing a problem with everything. All right, we do that. So now we just have to get rid of these simple little blocks. All right, so it's a little bit smoother now, so it should look a little better. Just have to get rid of these. All right, there we go. We'll just make this a little bit better. Obviously, if you add dirt or every trees around this, then you aren't really going to see it, which is okay, I guess. All right, there we go. So it's a little bit smoother. It's nothing too crazy. We are going to send the train through to make sure it can actually get wherever it needs. So we'll just jump on this bad boy and we'll let it go. Obviously, we know how it happens in here. We go through the floor. We go through the tunnel where I need to put torches and everything. Slow down, macho. Hello, Enderman. Then we go through. It will pick up the item here, which would be right on that bottom plate. We'll pick it up. We'll obviously expand this out if we need to. We'll add another cart or something. That will go through, go all the way around. We'll bring this down to a 2 on speed just so we can verify everything. What was that about? That was a little bit iffy. Why'd the train just poof? Okay. See? What the heck? I know you didn't see it because it didn't go. Like, it only, see, it's so random. It does work though. We have to get rid of that top layer. There we go. All right, so if we have all this covered, and then we'll have, so yeah, that would do that. And then, all right, so all we got to do is just work on this with some stone brick, and then we'll add like the ghost walls and everything like that. Right now, we're not focused on that. I got to try and get in somehow. So it goes through. I'm going to have to get that. Yeah. All right. And then we go up. I'm going to have to, ooh, that was a lot of hearts right there, man. That was a lot of hearts. Ooh, wee. All right. All that should be fine. And it goes right to that. Okay. That's not bad. I'm okay with that. Then you'll go up here, stop on this one, and then we obviously don't need that in there. So obviously the piece is going to be here, which means we can have it right there. And that would just take everything from out of these and put it in here. Obviously we can extend this like two anyway, and then that will go back around. Where's my narrow track? We'll do that, and then we'll have it go up here, and then it'll flip back around. Now we just need one more narrow tracks because we don't have any more. And then we can work on extending our train a little. And then we got to work on these. So we are going to do that next episode. We do have a few things to work on. So again, that will be next episode. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If you want to see some extra content, I do have a second channel in the description. We also have started streaming on Twitch and Kick. I was supposed to do a stream last night, but I did not feel so good, so I said no, and we kind of jumped over. I should be streaming tonight. Not fully sure what we're gonna do. Probably another, or probably just a simple little simulator game. The Stray video should be going up hopefully within the next day or two. Still trying to edit that. Yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. I'll see you guys later. Bye.